welcome back to the TD Podcast, the Thursday show episode where we give you your pick'ems, we give you our survivor, and we throw in a bet that helps you win money, help us win some money.
Hopefully.
We're not winning any money right now, but this week we're going to get back on track. We're going a little bit better odds to win. But yeah, great week one. We'll have our week one episode coming out here soon, giving our thoughts of what happened week one. And there's going to be some bold takes that I think we're all ready for. But let's get into us losing money on the weekend here on the TD podcast. Tailing with TD results from week one.
Yeah, we lost our money quick last week. On Thursday, actually, the very first game of the season, right? Or was that Friday?
No, Friday.
Friday. Yeah, we lost our money quick. Amari Hampton did not score a touchdown, which we will be getting to shortly with our full parlay. Outside of that, we did pretty darn good for our pick'ems and for our survivors. This week, I'm hoping to do the same. Actually, I'm hoping you don't do well and I do well, so that I can pull away. And then hopefully our bet hits. When we unveil our week two parlay, I do have a little tweak to it that I might do personally, but I do like our bet we're posting as well. So, but I will let you know what the tweak is as well.
So if you could pull up here our Tailing with TD week one, the four legs we did, we went 2 for 4 with the odds of plus 1,008. $10 would have won $110.80. We lost $10. And
you lost $10.
Covered their
I
spread.
bet $1. Betting $10 is crazy.
49ers covered the spread, as I said they would. The Cardinals money line hit. Vikings over under was looking really, really good in the first half.
Yeah.
And the second half hit.
And
then Amari and Hampton just did not find in. So,
he didn't look great.
So, so that was that. Again, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish, and we're gonna finish positive than negative. Okay, that's the goal here on the year. There's 18 weeks plus playoffs. We're gonna finish positive and not negative. Speaking of positive, though, our survivors, we're still afloat.
Barely.
We are still afloat.
I was sweating. I was like, oh great, we're out in week one and we might as well just end the podcast forever.
Yeah, big sweats. Broncos almost didn't get it done, and the Bengals struggled to the Browns. So,
week one was per usual for the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals can't beat anybody in the division, really. They struggled to do that for some reason. And the Broncos, Bo Nix is going to have some sophomore slump, apparently.
Hopefully not too long. I have him in fantasy football, so I need him to pick it up. Pick it up real quick.
And then our pick'ems, both of us went 3 for 3, so 6 for 6.
I told you we should have used the Raiders spread.
Did the Raiders actually cover the spread?
They won.
I think they did. They did. I know they won. I didn't know if they covered the spread.
Well, it was 2.5. They were projected to lose, so they were the underdog.
Okay. Yeah. Again, Niners took care of business. Commanders wiped the floor with the Giants. The Buccaneers, that was a sweat one for me.
It was.
They had to go down and score.
That Emeka Egbuka touchdown was beautiful.
It was clutch.
Oh my goodness.
It was clutch. It was clutch. Cardinals took care of business. The Raiders, as we said, and then the Broncos barely took care of business.
Barely.
For
the
their
Cardinals
week.
also had me scared for a minute too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Your brother had to be scared out of his mind.
Yeah, my brother's a Cardinals fan.
So that's it was that. But
enough of the past.
Week one's in the past, right?
Yeah. Let's get to the future.
Week two. Future.
We got our pick'ems. Now we haven't discussed this. We don't know whose pick'ems are whose. He knows mine because he made the graphics. But looks like you have the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Steelers.
Correct.
See,
Correct.
after
Correct.
week one, it seems you're a lot higher on the Steelers than not the Steelers, the Cowboys. I mean, I can get behind the Steelers pick. Everybody that's watched this podcast for any amount of time knows that I'm not a Sam Darnold guy. I think he's overrated. I think he was a project of Kevin O'Connell being a great offensive mind. And so far, I have not been disproven because if I'm not mistaken, he stunk it up last week. I had a
Yeah,
busy
it didn't look.
Sunday,
It
so
didn't look very good. Their short pass yard situation stuff was all right. Later on in the game, guys were just getting open and finding ways to get open for the Seahawks, but he didn't win them the game. Nor did I don't think he really lost them the game. Um, the Niners should have blown them out, but they had too many dumb penalties. You missed two field goals, one being blocked and one being missed, and then Jake Moody got the boot. But yeah, I don't think he really played that well. But I think MVP season is loading for Aaron Rodgers. And then
maybe comeback player of the year.
and then the Ravens, yeah, Ravens are going to be coming hungry. They're probably going to rush for over 300 yards on the Browns, just because they had that game won last week and they took their foot off the pedal. Um, some way or another, yeah, Derrick Henry made a mistake. They're going to run the ball all over them. And then, as you said, I'm kind of high on the Cowboys. I think the
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys were in that game against the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles didn't look as great, but the Cowboys, I think, are going to have a top five offense in the league this year. Passing offense for sure. Dak Prescott's going to look healthy, and he's got tons of weapons he can throw it to. He's going to be just fine. And I am not high on the Giants situation because I think they're having an identity crisis of who they want to go with and who they are as a team right now.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing is you're higher on the Cowboys than I am and lower on the Giants than I am. Because I think the Giants, by the end of this season, could have a little bit of a come up. Depends on when they start Jackson Dart. Now, it's not me saying I'm a Jackson Dart believer. I just think when you start a rookie quarterback that gives you a burst or a shot of like, hey, let's bring it back. You've seen it plenty of times. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but we all know what I'm talking about. As for my pick'ems, this week was hard. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I didn't love any of my picks. Now that I'm looking at it again, I don't love any of them. But I do believe that the Vikings will win. Obviously, I picked them. Same with the Cardinals and Lions. Um, my worry is that J.J. McCarthy turned on too late against the Bears, and I think the Falcons have a better offense than the Bears. I don't think that's too crazy. I think Drake London is a better receiver. Well, maybe DJ Moore and him are like neck and neck, but Bijan Robinson is way far away better than DeAndre Swift, and I think whether you like it or not, Michael Penix and Caleb Williams might be kind of similar. I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna write that in stone. I haven't really watched either of their teams play, but at this rate, they
We've
have the
gotten
same
one
record.
game
Yeah,
with
they have the
JJ,
same
so
record. So, and yeah, JJ McCarthy has only played one game, so I don't love it, but I do love Brian Flores' defense. That's the one constant that I believe in this game, and I think Michael Penix could have a fit. Either that, or he's gonna have himself a nice little game. The Cardinals, the Panthers did not play well. Bryce Young looked like his old self before he got benched the first time. Um, and I just have to trust that Kyler Murray is going to play well against a lackluster Carolina Panthers defense. J.C. Horn is the only guy. Him and Derek Brown are the only two guys that I'm really worried about. Was that a yawn? Okay, I thought I made a hot take real quick. Marvin Harrison Jr. also has to pop off here soon, otherwise I'm going to lose my mind. Now to the Lions, I'm really, really just hoping that the Lions wake up, I guess. I'm banking on them knowing Ben Johnson's offense well enough to counter it and know how to game plan against it, but also that they utilize their weapons. Again, the Lions have better offensive weapons than the Bears. I'm not gonna sit here and hate on the Bears. I just think Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams, and Jameer Gibbs are a better trio of offensive weapons than DJ Moore, Rome Odunze and DeAndre Swift. Really, DeAndre Swift and Rome Odunze just have some more to prove this year because they had some lackluster last season, and right now we have 1 week to go off of. And if I'm not mistaken, DeAndre Swift didn't have himself that great of a game, so that's why I chose my pick'ems. Granted, the Lions also didn't have that great of a game, so I'm really just going out on a limb here. But that is our pick'ems. We're both 3-0. Now we're going to our survivors, unless you haven't had something to say.
Yeah, I was just gonna quickly say there's two games that I'm very scared about for you. That is the Cardinals and the Lions. Not necessarily scared about the Vikings. I think they'll get it done. The Lions, they just remind me of the same old Lions that we're used to. Have weapons and just can't figure out how to play football. And the Cardinals, they just seem to struggle all the time with bad teams. So that's very, very scary to me.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I didn't feel like I could choose the Raiders again, so I didn't. Now we're on to our survivors. This I did feel confident in with the Rams over the Browns. I told him I would send him my pick'em on my last break at work, and I was scrolling through the schedule. I was like, I don't like any of these games. And then I saw the Rams and the Browns, games. And I said, that is the best thing I could see. Now, if the Rams lose this game, I'm going to lose my mind because there's no reason they should. I guess Myles Garrett exists. He could hurt Matt Stafford, who's old and has a bad back, and then Jimmy Garoppolo could come in. That's the scenario I see the Rams losing. But also, the Rams' defensive line is also kind of disgusting as well with Braden Fisk
hold on.
Jeffers.
Wait a minute.
What?
Rams put the Titans this weekend. That is a
typo.
That is a typo in our graphic.
Oh. Okay. Well, back to
Rams put the Titans.
So ignore the Browns part. The Rams play the Titans. I feel so much better about my bet. I feel so much better about my survivor. Jeffrey Simmons is now the only guy I have to worry about. I don't have to worry about Myles Garrett going and murdering Matt Stafford. And, Cam Ward might have some fits. See, I was ready. I was on guard. That's how you know that I had nothing scripted. I'm just pulling it out of my sleeve. And I got some short sleeves today, so. And then Dak's got the Bengals against the Jags. That's the other team you're low on that I'm not really low on. Now, Trevor Lawrence was kind of.
I'm kind of high on the Jags, but I can't figure out what they're doing with Travis Hunter.
Or
Trevor Lawrence. He's going to get more offensive snaps or more defensive snaps. One of the two. He's getting less and one more and something else. Don't really know how to say it. But I will say this graphic is getting fixed. I am actually kind of really, really upset that it looks like that right now. But yeah, the Bengals I think are going to take care of the Jags. I think a lot of what happened last year where the Bengals were just losing a lot of one possession games. And I think this is going to be a one possession game, and I think it's going to be a one possession game that goes in the way of the Bengals. I think the Jags are gonna get going, but not against the potent teams they're gonna go against. Because who did they play last week?
Panthers.
The Panthers. They beat the Panthers, correct?
Yeah, but they had really long rain delay. Apparently, they came out swinging.
Yes.
I was busy watching the Raiders-Patriots game. So this week, the Raiders play on Monday, so I'll have more football time.
I think the Jags are going to go 8-8 or 8-9, 9-8, somewhere around there anyway. So we're on a 500 team. So I'm really high on the Bengals because I think Joe Burrow is going to get it done this year. He should have been MVP last year. And I think we have an MVP season loading here again for Joe Burrow.
If he can turn it around, yeah, that's for sure. Now our last is the bet of the week. A much better odds than last week. We were trying to swing for the fences a little bit here. Last week was again plus 1,000 something, depending on when you place the bet. And then this week we have plus 556. Place $10, win $56. We have the Cowboys minus 4.5 spread, Ravens money line, Jets Bills over 46.5 points, and Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown. Now there was one leg that I was going to swap out. I think that was the Cowboys game. I believe. Let me go to DraftKings real quick. Now this is on Thursday evening, so the odds may change by the time you guys see this video. We'll try to get it up pretty quick. I already have the thumbnail made, so I think I would switch it to a where did it go? A +1.5 Patriots, because I think the Patriots beat the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins stink. You'll find more.
Patriots favored? The Patriots aren't favored in that game.
No, they're +1.5.
That's insane. Patriots, they're definitely going to win that game. They Dolphins did just have a players only meeting, but that can't help them because Mike McDaniel does not know what he's doing. I mean, I watched that full Colts game and he did not know what he was doing at all.
Yeah, I don't like Josh McDaniel, and I don't think he's the offensive coordinator for Drake May. His scheme is complicated, and for a second-year player, that's not what you need. Excuse me. With that being said, I like Mike Vrabel a lot more than I like Mike McDaniel. And I think that he's going to just eviscerate him. Their defense is good enough. And they also don't even know if Tyreek Hill's going to play because of all the off-field stuff that's inevitably happening because of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he's got some domestic violence stuff going on again. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see what's going on there. But week 2 of NFL football, baby. We're going into it. I believe there's probably 300 games left in the year.
A lot.
If you really count it down like that. So 16 games done.
Yeah. We'll get this episode out before the main episode. But keep your eyes out for the main episode, which will be about 40 minutes long. We keep this one shorter, so it's more digestible and more focused. With all that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all the things. Look at our socials on Instagram, TikTok. Do we have a Twitter? We might have a Twitter. All the things.
We do have a Twitter. It we haven't done much with it, but follow us, guys. So
yes.
We can start building our brand.
Yes. All that being said, hope to see you guys later this week. And now that you've seen this episode, you know that your hosts at the TD Podcast, we know ball. And now, so do you.